Today we have Zen Master, one of the newest releases from 900 Global, the solid version of the Zen Ball Good. I've been throwing them for a little bit, been trying to get some oil on them because when I got them, they were frosty. Typically with these, I would probably take the surface up because they're hooking kind of early. Today we're bowling on 46 feet, spread out that oil, kind of thin. So the oil in the front's gonna go away pretty quick. I'll just show you.
A whole minute without throwing a shot.
Yeah. Cut that one up. They're hooking early. I'm thinking we're gonna have to move a little further left to start, more than I want to. What are we gonna do? We got a pin up and a pin down one, and I'm gonna explain to you why the pin down one goes longer. Later in the video, we're gonna compare it to the original Zen Ball Good. And if the Zen looks better, it's for the reasons that I explained earlier in the video. So we're gonna throw the pin down one for a little bit, and I drilled this one second. I already have more games on the pin up one, so the cover's a little fresher. So that's why it's hooking earlier, not the layout. So that was about a 3-board move with my feet, 2 with my eyes. She's looking a little lazy down there. Like we said, 46 feet, not a lot of time to hook. Only 14 feet from the end of the pattern to the pins. So we're needing our ball to slow down before that spot so it can make its move. But because it's pinned down, or 5 inches from my PAP, and a pretty long buffer, which means longer transition period, I'm gonna guess the pin-up one's gonna look better on this. And that cover's really just fighting the front of the lane. I haven't actually bowled on this lane for very long, but on lane 5 I was bowling, just trying to get some oil into it. Hook, hook, hook. So, where does this ball fit? Probably Axiom phase 2 idle range. I'd say closer to a phase 2 than any of the other ones. Axiom's got a stronger cover. I think idle has a stronger cover too. They all just shape a little bit different. So, if you're looking for a different option from those 3, or you just want to try something new, this is the one. Like we said, pin up, a little more flare. I'm gonna move my feet, a couple more. Should shape just a touch more down the lane. Boom! Even that one was kind of early. So my fear with bowling balls like this and bowling on 46 feet is I'm gonna get so far left to a point where it's shooting through the fronts, but it doesn't have enough time to hook. We'll make a big move and see what happens. But look at those flare lines. Quite wide, yeah? All right, moving 5. We'll knock the speed down. Probably not enough, but we'll try. Maybe?
You don't give yourself enough credit.
No, I don't. You know, you do that so you look better when you actually pull it off. So I could see myself throwing the pin-up Zen Master on this pattern, moving further and further left, as opposed to the pin down one. And if you watched our Better Tang 6 video, 5? Wait, no, 6 was RST, I think. Yeah, it was 5. People were like, wow, Mikey's just looks so much better. It's because of rev rate and things like that. And partially, yes, but also I was throwing a pin down one, which makes it harder to shape. His was shaping on its own more naturally. Let's give that pin down one a look from that spot. I got a little too steep with it, but still, I'm fighting that one to try to make it hook. I feel like the pin-up one still has a chance from that spot. As you move left, you typically want to get into your pin-up balls. You know, people like an answer, because when they ask me questions, I always say it depends. So there you go. As you move left, pin-up balls hook more, so they're going to want to shape more. So a little thinner. When you go with the longer buffers, which typically creates a pin-down ball, you're going to have smaller flares. And the way I see it, more flare equals more hook. Okay, we'll give the pin-up one more shot. Move a little bit further left. We're going to try to bring the speed down even slower.
Accuracy over power or power over accuracy?
A combination of both is always what you want. You know, Belmo he's considered the best, and it's because of his combination of power and accuracy. He doesn't get enough credit. He's like the most underrated bowler on tour, which is crazy because he's the best bowler on tour, in my opinion. You know, you can tell me otherwise in the comments, but I'm gonna believe what I wanna believe. It's disgusting how accurate he is. All right, let's give the Zen ball a look, because Zen ball good, right? Oh! So the Zen's gonna retain more energy than the Zen Master because it's a pearl cover stock, but they're the same ball. One's a pearl, one's a solid. So not the same, but the same. And a lot of people might think, wow, if this is the weaker ball, why wouldn't I move right? Well, because it's gonna retain more energy, respond to that down lane friction, which I don't like to refer it as, because I like to look at the lanes front to back, but it's gonna save energy, and I like to control where my ball hooks with my ball speed. So I'm gonna move left.
Question, why would you choose to move left over just moving your down lane target over to the right?
That's a good question. So typically on any pattern, there is an optimal break point. And no matter where you are in the lane, you want to get to that break point. If you're playing straight, if you're hooking it to that spot or throwing it from left to right at that spot, that's just the ideal spot. And like the rule of 31 kind of gives you that. It's a starting point. Yeah, depending on what you're bowling, depending on what you see, I always say there's no absolutes in bowling. You want to just attack what's in front of you. But usually, that general rule of thumb, there's a certain break point you want to get it to. Kind of like short patterns, a lot of people have trouble with because they aren't comfortable throwing it to the gutter, but you want your break point to be like 2, 3, 4. Longer patterns, you want it to be further left. So no matter where you are with your feet, you kind of want to attack that same spot. In this case, it's further left because it's 46 feet. So the rule of 31 would give us 15, which that last shot probably got pretty close to. Like a 52-foot pattern, obviously you can't hit the pocket hitting 21 down lane. So that rule doesn't really apply. I don't like to use that rule. But let's move another chunk to the left. And let's see if we can get this one around the corner. So I actually think the Zen Master would have struck from there because it would have bled off by the time it got there, but the Zen retains so much more energy, that's why it popped off the spot much harder. So just understanding what your bowling balls do and why they do them, I think will help you make adjustments moving forward.